The most dangerous position in your market right now is doing the same thing that you did the year before. It's not doing something wrong. Most business owners I talk to are not afraid of AI. They're afraid of changing the status quo and feeling awkward. Basically, they're afraid of changing what's tolerable. The revenue's okay, the pipeline's okay, the marketing's okay, and okay is the trap. Because AI does not create a level playing field, it creates an asymmetric one. The businesses that build the right system in the next 12 months will see compounding growth. And that compounding growth will occur faster than ever before. The businesses that stay comfortable falls faster than ever before. The gap, the one between the companies that move and the companies that tolerate the status quo, is closing faster than ever. Before, it would take 5 years before it would become fatal. Now we're seeing fatality and a rapid decline in revenue in 18 months or less. I'm going to show you what exactly that system looks like and why the businesses building it today are not the ones who are the most ready. They're the ones who no longer tolerate being comfortable. In 2013, two researchers, Les Binet and Peter Fields, studied 1,400 campaigns over a 10-year period of time. And what they found is what most agencies will not voluntarily show you. The longest and best growth comes from 60% brand investment and 40% sales activation. That ratio produces compounding growth. Most businesses at your revenue level are spending 90% on sales activation and only 10% on brand investment. That ratio produces a predictable outcome. The cost to acquire customers increases every single quarter. You start from scratch every single time. The start from zero means you have no brand investment, no brand recognition, no mental availability. It is cold attention bought at full price every single day. Now, let's introduce AI into this picture. The businesses running the right ratio, 60% brand investment and 40% AI-powered sales activation, see the growth happen faster than ever before. It's what Binet and Fields called the compounding effect. Because customers start warm, they know your product, they're ready to convert. The business is still running at 90%. They bought an inefficient system that compounds faster into higher cost. The businesses running 90% sales activation basically purchase a faster engine for an inefficient system. Same wrong ratio, same increasing customer acquisition cost at a speed that makes it impossible to course correct in time. And that is asymmetry. AI doesn't reward efforts, it rewards sequence. Here's what tolerable decline looks like. An industry running 90% sales activation is basically running cold acquisition. Best case scenario, they are converting 1 to about 4% of the customers that they're reaching. The industry baseline for one that has solved the brand is a minimum of 6, on average 8% conversion rate. So the question is, do you want 1 to 4% or 6 to 8%? That gap, the one you currently are not converting, equates to 15 to 40% of new revenue that you could be obtaining by having the right brand investment. This is what you should be generating at your current conversion levels. It's not in the CRM report, it's not in the ad dashboard. It's ghost revenue, the sales that went to a competitor that showed up in the buyer's mind before the search happened. Byron Sharp at the Ehrenberg Bass Institute called this mental availability. It is showing up in the buyer's mind before the urgency to buy is there. The businesses that look like an overnight success in year 3 were doing brand investments in year 1. That investment looked like nothing on the metrics you were taught to watch. The return looked like luck, but it wasn't. And this is where AI comes into play. That overnight success used to take 3 to 5 years. Now it is happening with AI in about 18 months, which means that a company that waits 6 months to start is not 6 months behind. They're now a year and a half behind the competition. That is what comfortable is costing you. Here's the change that most business owners are not watching closely enough. In the traditional model, the chief marketing officer sets the strategy. The chief content officer runs it, and the agency executes. Was built for a world that no longer exists. The chief marketing officer role has the shortest tenure in the C-suite, under 3 years. And the reason is not because of incompetence. The reason is that role was set to manage a marketing department and AI is collapsing that department faster than ever. The Chief Content Officer role was built to run the content at scale, but that content is being absorbed faster than ever by AI, which produces, manages, and optimizes the content faster than ever before. What used to require a $300,000 executive, an agency retainer, and a team of 6 can almost be managed by one person with the right AI execution layer. The Fortune 500 companies I worked inside, this change is happening right now, and many in the SMB category are not seeing this change coming. This is not a prediction, it is already in motion. Because just a year ago, 71% of the Fortune 500 had a CMO. That is now down in 1 year to 66%, the lowest it's ever been measured. The question for your business is not whether this change is coming. The question is whether you have someone who's already navigated this terrain and show you and helping you adapt to what's coming before your window to move closes. That is what a Sherpa does. It shows you the route before the weather changes and helps you along the way. The businesses growing right now with AI are running 2 plays simultaneously. Play 1 is brand investment, content that compounds, a channel authority that builds the investment where your customers are going to be in YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, or even a podcast. This builds mental availability in 12 to 18 months where you begin to see the compounding effect on conversions. This is the 60%. Play 2 is an AI-augmented sales activation, targeted outreach to warm audiences, people who have consumed your content, heard your name, and are ready to buy. CRM automation that qualifies leads while you sleep. AI employee that handles follow-up, appointment handling, and objection sequences against prospects who already know who you are. This is the 40%, and it is dramatically more efficient than cold activation because the brand investment did the work first. This is not a theory. This is Benet-Field research applied at your revenue level, with AI handling most of the execution, so you don't need a marketing department to run it. I'm Brandon Fears. I spent 20 years at Intel, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, and Honeywell, managing anywhere from $10 million to multi-billion-dollar product lines. I watch asymmetry happen at scale with real budgets and full marketing departments. The product division would launch a technically flawless campaign, right channels, right creative, right spend level, and the results would underperform. Not because the campaign was wrong, because the brand equity that makes a campaign efficient was not built first. They were introducing themselves to a market that had no prior reason to pay attention. Cold attention at scale is very expensive. The mechanism is identical at your revenue level. The dollar amounts are different. The sequence is not. I left in 2024 to start Grokkus Partners because business leaders can run the same playbook, but they have less of a runway to absorb the mistake. The diagnostic framework that worked for 100 companies will also work at your company's revenue level. That's what we built. Here's what working with Grokkus Partner actually looks like. First, we do a growth without fears diagnostic. 30 minutes, 3 scores. It shows you where your brand investment is falling short and where AI sales activation can compound good brand investment. The content engine that builds the 60%, the channel strategy, the content calendar, and the authority building framework that is focused on the market you are in. The human AI activation runs the sales activation. The CRM architecture, the AI employs, which distributes and optimizes the content. They also handle lead qualification and follow-up. AI employees that handle lead qualification and follow-up, and automation workflows that close the gap between leads and revenue. Everything we build, we own. No dependency, no retainer lock-in, the agency model where access disappears as soon as you stop paying your bill. We build it with you, you run it without us. The businesses working with us on this framework see a measurable shift in customer acquisition cost within the first 60 to 90 days. Not from running more ads, but from running the right plays in the right sequence. If your marketing spend is not producing compounding returns, if every new customer still costs the same as the last one, it's a key indicator your ratios are off. The diagnostic will tell us by exactly how much. It's complimentary, it takes 30 minutes, and it produces 3 results. Your brand investment gap, your AI activation opportunities, and your potential AI leverage. You leave with a clear picture of your play that you need to run first. I built this framework because I've seen in 20 years what fear costs businesses. The name is not a coincidence. Book The Diagnostic at grokkuspartners.com.